Welcome to CarSceneKorea. I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. And finally, I've managed to get my hands on this IONIQ 5, the first car ever built from Hyundai Motor Group that's made out of E-GMP platform. And for those of you guys who don't know what it is, I have a full video dedicated for that, so go check that out. Very smooth, very responsive, so it moves right away, just like that. Easiest way to remember with the new gear selector we see with IONIQ 5 here is if you want to go forward, just rotate it to the forward. And if you want to go back, just rotate it to the back. Simple as that. And just gently push it down if you want to put it in the neutral. Same thing for when you're in the reverse. Just tilt it up lightly and then you put the car in the neutral. And when you have the reverse on, we see the rear view cam as well as the 360 degree, which is just the screen all over left and right. Oh my God, this is like the technology at its best. All right, as for the auto hold, just like any other Hyundai car, well, I want to check it. So shut it off. When you shut it off, it just goes off just like that. Okay, one thing that I just noticed right away with this DSM is when you have the car off, there just is no way for you to check what's coming from the back except for this side mirror, except for this room mirror that you have. So, okay, so, well, that's because I turned off the engine right away, but when you hop in the car, just like we see, the mirror comes on. Don't know why the mirror would just go right away. You know, I don't know why the mirror would just turn off right away after you shut off the engine, but that was the case. So the car being EV, no sound whatsoever, says ready to roll, just that's it. All right, so well, the AC doesn't come back on automatically. You have to manually control it. With the mirror, it's the same thing. Just go to your left and push it to the left and you play around. And I'm pretty sure the video is capturing this. You better. So go left and right. Of course, nothing moves on there visibly, but you can manage and adjust the mirror to your needs. Same thing for the right. So that was the highest. So compared to a conventional mirror, you don't have that much of an angle. So I am moving all the way right, all the way to the left, all the way to the bottom, and all the way to up. So as you can see, there isn't much of a gap per se compared to that of a conventional one. Same thing for both left and right. You should be able to adjust the mirror comfortably within the range, but again, just one thing I want to point out. All right, I set the mirror, same thing. So put the car in drive. Again, the key point is just to tilt the button to the direction that you are going. So that way it's much easier. Let's just go through the city drives, city roads just gently. Even kids are staring at this car. I mean, I just got my hands on right after the test drive became available, so people are staring at it. And wow, just going over the speed bump, I can feel a lot of absorption is made from the wheels and tires, and of course with the work of the suspension as well. No delay on DSM whatsoever. That is the biggest concern that everybody had, well, even myself. And going through, a lot of people have mentioned that this might be a little off given the location where the mirror is put. And of course, just so you know, the mirror, the physical mirror, the monitor here, it's fixed right in here, so you can't move it around or you can't push it around to here, anything like that. It stays there. But with most of the DSM equipped car, let's say Audi e-tron for that matter, they have the mirror also up here. IONIQ 5's DSM is much bigger in terms of the monitor size. People complain that you are not used to where you're looking at, and it takes a very long time for you to get used to. That might be the case for some people, but not really for me. Like, I am looking at where the screen is right away, not where I used to look at until you get used to the DSM. But there is a guideline appeared on the right, probably you can see it. If you can't, let me show it to you on the left. So when you have the turn signals on, it will show you the blind spots, or let's say the safe spot, safe length for the IONIQ 5 to squeeze in. It's a yellow light, so floored it. I wasn't trying to, beat the signal or anything like that, but occasionally there's that dilemma zone. You're right in the middle of the yellow light, just like I was. So you need to accelerate and exit out. But, I full throttled, and just like that, within that time of yellow light zone, you can exit the intersection right away, no problem. So when you just floor it, I did not fake that. Did you see my head tilting backwards? That is the power and the stuff that you expect from a motor car, which this IONIQ 5 is. Power, and this time I was ready. And let's test out the brakes. That was crazy. I was expecting a typical brake that will get just pushed out forever and forever from a big heavy car. I mean, this car isn't all that heavy compared to its class. However, you know what I mean, from a heavy SUV or a car of this kind of a nature, I did not expect any of that. I'm not exaggerating here. It just felt like how my veloster end would stop. This car is not a sports car. It's meant to be daily driven, but it's there. The brake is there. I don't even need to go through the power. The motor is there. It does all the purpose. And I love this vision roof. So this one does not have solar roof, which is quite functional on this generation. And you can see it on the monitor if it's charging or if it's using the power. Very intuitive, very visible and direct, showing you what it would look like, what it does. I'm seeing the HUD right up in my the eyesight right there, and it's glaring a little bit. This is not something that I have seen from other Hyundai and Genesis cars. I know they can make better ones than this. Don't know why, but it's making me quite dizzy just looking at it. Like, it's glaring. It's not glaring, but I feel like it's reflecting off of something in my eyes too. Don't know what it is exactly, but again, just going over the speed bump like that and picking up the speed. Brakes, easy on the brakes. And even if this is an EV car, the mechanism of a vehicle dynamics, they stay exactly the same. Easy on the throttle or the accelerator, gentle on both brakes and accelerator. So let's follow that. Oh, and I think I just found a perfect place to test out. And given the length, the wheelbase on this car is 3 meters long. Look at this car gently going around the corners and turns. It hugs the corner, no problem. And again, this car being a rear wheel drive and the motor sitting on the back, what? This is like RR. And this is the color IONIQ 5 I have today. It's just beautiful. DRL coming on like that. Just like how you would open up a conventional trunk. And with this car being two-wheel drive, we have a very versatile frunk up on the front. And some people ask why there is such a lid, but if you see what they've done with the finish here, they cared about this lid and they're serious, you know, shutting it down, making the noise free from the compartment rolling around or moving around in here. So mostly this is for the chargers and cables that you would get for the EV cars, and so that it stays inside the frunk safely. And also here it says open, and once it's opened you can see the air cabin, which I can simply take it off using here. And once that's taken out, you can see a little more closer of the inside of this IONIQ 5. But again, so just gently close it back in. And there's also a cover for the battery right here. And we'll open that up. We have an access to a conventional 12-volt batteries. And again, you know, this car being an EV car, you might ask why the 12-volt is sitting there, but most of the other conventional things run, such as starting the engine of the car or the motor of the car and such, are ran by a traditional 12 volts. So other stuff such as coolants, and this is for the washer fluid. Don't get that mixed up with these two, because just because they're blue, you're risking your entire car if you mix those two up. All right, so shutting down the front, and you can open up the trunk with a key fob as well, of course. The shield, you don't need me go through that. Just all typical things. Not that big of a trunk on the rear compartment, be it the trunk itself and the hidden space underneath, but that's because of the motor sitting here, and there's a tire mobility kit, and there should be right there's a charger cable for that. So as we can see how the motor is sitting, the motor sits right up here. Again, you can see the physical actual motor of it on the E-GMP video that I have the link above. After seeing that, you'll fully understand why it looks the way it does. So that there's the motor on the back like that. So you can't really put more stuff underneath the trunk. However, there is a plenty of a space for the trunk, both on the back and the front. Very gentle around winding roads. This is just well beyond a regular family car when you want to actually push and drive the car. And once you get used to that regenerative brakes, apply that together with the foot brake, you get a very gentle both brakes and accelerator. If you're looking for that sportiness aspect from an IONIQ 5, speed bump, and I did not reduce the power at all, but very gentle. If you're looking for that speed aspect from an IONIQ 5 or IONIQ brand for that matter, there will be IONIQ 6. Again, went a little harder this time, but very gentle. The remainder stuff, they remain the same. It's all same thing, just the typical thing. But you can go with the parking, something that Hyundai is good with, the monitor and the screen. It's very crystal clear. I don't have the chance to see for myself, but it was very clear during the nighttime when there is no light at all either. So their infotainment system and the media. It's quite self-explanatory. And on top of the DSM, even if you don't get the DSM, this side mirror assist, digital side mirrors, it pops up accordingly to your turn signals. And with this paddle shifters, you know that this is the regenerative brakes. As we all know, the paddle shifter here is not a conventional one that's hooked up to the transmissions, but it controls the level of regenerative brakes. And I am on level 3 now. And if you go all the way up to level 4, it will say I pedal light comes up. That is 1 foot drive mode on other EV cars. So just letting off your foot off the accelerator, the car would slow down as if the brake has been applied. So you can literally drive with this 1 foot alone. And what happens when you come to a stop and you need to come to a complete stop? And once you get used to this iPedal system, you have the good idea of how well you are going to stop the car. So you can actually let go of the accelerator and actually make the car come to a halt to a precise position that you want. It would only take a couple of tens of hours of driving an EV car. You'll get used to it right away. All right, so of course we have to test out the HDA. All right, I've set it on 50 kilometers per hour, a regular city drive. There's an incoming car just like that intervene, making the lane change, coming to a stop, and I have a full faith in the system. And it's got even better with the later ones. Of course, this car being a full EV car based on the E-GMP platform, the HDA on this car is just immaculate. And it's showing me 350 kilometers available with 85% charged. It's living up to the specs that it's given us. Not bad, not bad at all. Could have been better. Again, having the HDA on could have been better, but there has been some issues. So Hyundai has gone very conservative with the system. All right, so the system just got turned off at the intersection where there was not clear road paints on the road, but it wasn't bad. It was a projectile, and it was guessing what's coming up on the front, and also hooked up with the speed cameras here in the cities. It reduces the speed accordingly. All right, forgot the fact that I have the iPedal on. So like I said, it puts the car on a complete stop on its own. Guess what happens if I change the iPedal here? All right, it's not like it's gonna roll start. It stays put on auto hold, even if you change it to a level 1, 2, or 3 for that matter. All right, so I just pushed down the paddle shifter for a long time, hoping that it would jump into the iPedal mode right away, but that's not the case. You actually have to climb up and down in different levels. After the level 3, there is iPedal, so you have to actually climb up and down in order to get back and forth from the iPedal. Just like how I expected, like overall, this IONIQ 5 is a perfect family car. If you're looking for a size of this car that has the suiting number of family members, I believe this is like the ultimate car out in the market. Be it the spacious, you know, seats, trunks, drivability, the performance, the driving range. Of course, it could be better, but we'll be seeing the improvements on that for sure. So overall, and design, don't even need to mention about it. Like this IONIQ 5 rolling on the street today, it makes the other cars look like they're a car from like 50, 60 years ago. Not comparable whatsoever. So this beautiful design, this elegant feeling of drivability. But again, don't forget the sport mode. Just look at this car picking up the speed. When you need to merge into other roads, the power is always there. No problem. Again, I'm still on that one pedal mode. Because it's one pedal, just expect to see the strongest regenerative brakes that you would experience from other EV cars. It's as strong as that, if not like 20-30% more stronger than that. But yeah, let go of the foot, off the accelerator, just like that. This car comes to a complete stop. You don't have to press down your brake pedal in order to put that into auto hold. Nothing like that. This completely changes your driving experience behind the wheels. We can obviously see that Hyundai has put their minds and thoughts when developing IONIQ 5 to be a living style oriented vehicle. The driving car should be as comfortable as possible while supporting your everyday and daily needs. Again, I didn't have a chance to test out the V2L system on IONIQ 5, but you park this car on a park, then you have a full mobile battery pack available right there. You can use your laptop, you can use whatever you want. It has the right adapters, it supports all that. So that being said, just imagine you have this giant battery pack running, going to wherever you are going. This is like, the future is right here. Again, due to a very short and limited time of driving the car, I wasn't able to capture a lot of things here, but hopefully I had the chance to cover all of these things. Alright, so thank you very much, and I will see you on the next video.